Hey, Mully here. So what have I been up to since the last episode? Well, quite a bit. We are up to the Bay of Islands and so far I've cycled 280 miles. Well, cycled and pushed. I don't know if you know, but New Zealand's pretty hilly. Since leaving Auckland, we cycled down to the ferry terminal, took a boat across to Devonport, where we could start our journey up to the top of the North Island. Our first stop landed us in Long Bay, where we arrived at the campsite only to find that they only allowed camper vans. So using a map and trying to get to the nearest piece of grass to set up a tent, we stumbled across our first obstacle: stairs. Luckily, a couple were walking there in two enormous Great Danes and offered us a spare room for the night, so thank you so much to that family. We had a great time hanging out with you and your sons and dogs. From there we had a quick stop off in Ariwa. I tried a spot of fishing and Frankie nearly got caught out by an incoming tide, but was fine. We then moved on to Sandspit, where I made friends with local ducks.
What time is it, ducks? Bloody love duck. Crispy duck's my favourite.
From Sandspit we travelled to the Goat Island Reserve, which was amazing. The view from the tent was incredible and not far from the beach at all. Also,
we're going snorkelling!
next up, a brief stop at Mangawai Heads, then on to Waipu, where we camped at a dock campsite on Uratiti Beach. During our 2 days there, we went caving in some free glowworm caves, which were awesome. And I had one of the best pizzas ever.
So here in the pizza barn, we've gone for the Globetrotter and the Herbalist. Topped off with a couple of beers. Frankie's gone for the porter and I've gone for the Scotch ale, and it's delicious. So my pizza just turned up. I'm gonna do like a... Instead of Frankie's.
Yeah.
I'm the most attractive eater. We spent a few days in Whangarei, camping about 300 metres from the Whangarei Falls, which has walks around the falls, up the river, to a big kauri tree park with a kauri tree boardwalk. Had some young trees that are about 500 years old. The size of those, I can't wait to see the ones that are about 2,000. We visited the Clapham Clock Museum, which was better than I expected. Had lots of weird and wonderful clocks and a huge selection of German Black Forest cuckoo clocks. We also spent the evening chatting to our friends Joe and Amber, who are also travelling around New Zealand, but they've been much more sensible and hired a car. But it was great catching up with those guys and having a few beers. We left Whangarei and started our biggest cycle so far at 40 miles, which might not seem that far in England, but here it's another level. So in Paihia at the Bay of Islands, camping with the sea literally outside the tent door, we went foraging for some food, and I managed to get a heap of clams, like cockles, and some wild samphire, which I used to make a super tasty linguine. Had a bit of a rough night with a huge thunderstorm keeping us awake, but we'll be doing some kayaking later on, which will make up for the rest of the sleep. That's all for now, so please subscribe to my channel and I'll update you as soon as I can.